The things that can cause the fall of a believer. 1. Doubt in their faith. A believer may start to doubt their beliefs and lose confidence in their religion. 2. A lack of support. If a believer feels isolated or unsupported in their faith community, they may become disillusioned and fall away. 3. Personal struggles. Difficulties in their personal life such as health problems, financial troubles, or relationship issues can shake a believer's faith. Please like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. Thank you. 4. Hypocrisy in the church. If a believer sees hypocrisy or corruption within their church or religious community, they may become disillusioned and lose faith. 5. Cultural influences. The secular culture may promote values and beliefs that contradict those of the believer's religion, leading them to question their faith. 6. Intellectual challenges. Exposure to differing viewpoints or intellectual arguments against their religion can cause a believer to doubt their faith. 7. Moral failings. If a believer struggles with persistent sin or moral failings, they may feel unworthy of their faith and fall away. 8. Loss of a loved one. The death of a loved one can challenge a believer's faith and cause them to question the goodness of God. 9. Spiritual dryness. A lack of spiritual experiences or feelings of closeness to God can cause a believer to feel disconnected and lose faith. 10. Unanswered prayers. If a believer's prayers go unanswered, they may lose faith in the power of prayer and in God's involvement in their life. 11. Traumatic events. Experiencing trauma or tragedy can shake a believer's faith and cause them to question the existence or goodness of God. 12. Disillusionment with religious leaders. If a believer's trust in their religious leaders is betrayed or if they witness misconduct, they may lose faith in the institution of the church. 13. Peer pressure. Believers who face pressure from friends or family to abandon their faith may give in and fall away. 14. Legalism. Strict adherence to religious rules or legalistic interpretations of Scripture can lead believers to feel burdened by guilt and ultimately reject their faith. 15. Burnout. Overwhelm from religious obligations or responsibilities within the church can lead believers to become disillusioned and fall away. 16. Unresolved doubts. Questions or doubts that are left unanswered or dismissed by the believer or their religious community can cause them to lose faith. Please like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. Thank you. 17. Lack of community. If a believer feels disconnected from their religious community or lacks strong relationships within their church, they may drift away from their faith. 18. Fear of judgment. Believers who fear being judged or condemned by their religious community for their doubts or struggles may distance themselves from their faith. 19. Disagreement with teachings. If a believer begins to question or disagree with the teachings of their religion, they may choose to walk away rather than stay in conflict. 20. Pressure to conform. Believers who feel pressure to conform to certain beliefs or practices within their religious community may resist and ultimately fall away. 21. Emotional wounds. Past hurts or trauma related to their religion or religious community can cause believers to reject their faith in order to protect themselves from further pain. 22. Spiritual abuse. Experiencing manipulation, control, or abuse within their religious community can lead believers to lose trust in their faith and walk away. 23. Conflict with science. Believers who struggle to reconcile their faith with scientific discoveries or theories may abandon their religion in favor of a more rational worldview. 24. Challenges to authority. If a believer experiences conflict with religious authorities or struggles with issues of power and control within their church, they may lose faith in the institution. 25. Personal sin. Guilt or shame over personal sin or mistakes can lead believers to feel unworthy of their faith and distance themselves from their religious community. 26. Unmet expectations. If a believer's expectations of God or their faith community are not met, they may become disillusioned and fall away. 27. Isolation. Believers who feel isolated or alienated from their religious community may drift away and ultimately lose faith. 28. Pride. Overconfidence in their own beliefs or abilities can lead believers to reject the guidance of their faith and fall away. 29. Distractions. Busyness or distractions in their daily life can cause believers to neglect their faith and eventually lose touch with their religious community. 30. Temptation. The allure of worldly pleasures or temptations can draw believers away from their faith and towards a more secular lifestyle. 31. Uncertainty. If a believer struggles with uncertainty or ambiguity in their faith, they may choose to leave rather than confront their doubts. 32. Lack of spiritual growth. Believers who feel stagnant or unfulfilled in their spiritual journey may lose motivation to continue in their faith and fall away. 33. Conflict with family. Pressure from family members or conflicts over religion can cause believers to choose to leave their faith in order to preserve family harmony. Please like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell. Thank you. 34. Social media influence. Exposure to influential figures or ideas on social media that contradict their faith can cause believers to question their beliefs and ultimately fall away. 35. Feelings of inadequacy. Believers who struggle with feelings of inadequacy or unworthiness may distance themselves from their faith in search of acceptance elsewhere. 36. Change in beliefs. If a believer undergoes a significant shift in their beliefs or worldview, they may no longer align with the teachings of their religion and choose to leave. 37. Lack of fulfillment. If a believer feels unfulfilled or unsatisfied with their religious practice or beliefs, they may seek fulfillment elsewhere and ultimately fall away. 38. Pressure from society. Believers who face pressure from society to conform to secular values or beliefs may choose to abandon their faith in order to fit in. 39. Lack of purpose. If a believer struggles to find meaning or purpose in their faith, they may lose motivation to continue in their religious practice and ultimately fall away.